Thursday edition. Is it time to have a conversation about having a conversation about Craig Counsell as the Cubs manager edition? I am not a Craig Counsell hater. I know there are folks on the panel who are, but that's a reference to a certain anniversary that today marks. After the Milwaukee Brewers swept the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field edition. Also, the Steve the Homer True scheduled to appear. You may have noticed he wasn't on the program yesterday because Tausch was busy at the Tellurian Celebrity Golf Tournament in Wisconsin Dells at Trapper's Turn, collecting all kinds of great legendary interviews on the Yingling Legends Line in Person edition, and also the Aaron Rodgers Last Ride edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, customizable, and can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And back home again from Trapper's Turn, a legend himself, Packers Hall of Famer, is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. Great job yesterday. What a fun day that was. Did you have a lot of fun without us after you got off the air?
It was great. Yeah, the day turned out beautiful. Got to play a bunch of golf, and we did some stuff with, Frank Caliendo was there, so I got to talk to him a little bit. He did John Madden interviewing Brett Favre as John Madden. So they told the story about, there was more. I don't know how to even say this over FCC airwaves. There was a lot of private part jokes yesterday. Just an inordinate amount by everybody. Yeah, I don't know. It's
more than you were comfortable with?
Yeah, there are a lot of balls in the air. Let's just put it that way.
You're juggling a lot of balls.
That way, Jesse, so I know you're looking at me like all dumbfounded. He was telling the story of his uncle, and, John Madden really wanted to understand because I don't even know how it came up. But
Favre
that was
telling a story about his uncle to Frank Caliendo portraying John Madden.
John Madden.
Okay,
that's exactly how it played out.
All factors included, I understand why this is a very difficult thing for you to try and recount for us right now. I'm having a tough time following, but
I'm not even recounting it. I'm just trying to give you a little. I'm not even gonna. I can't say
just a tip.
Just a little. Yeah. But that was, you wanted to be in that room. That's what happened. And then we did a little panel thing after, and it was kind of very similar. But here's what I will tell you. There's a couple of things that were, I don't want to say, just for our fans and our audience, because obviously we're going to talk about Rodgers going on his farewell tour. And, Brett was, telling some of the stories about how he got everybody to sign the helmet and how Aaron wasn't real happy with him, but they've come through and become better friends and all this other stuff, which was great. But this was kind of the moment. It was at the end of the night last night, and everybody is sitting up there, and they're kind of going around, and anybody that was there could ask a question. And the question came, and you're talking, there was a vast majority of the guys were part of the Super Bowl 31 championship team.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Gilbert and Santana and Brett and Leroy and, a big cast of that group, and Dorsey Levens. And somebody asked the question about Rodgers and how they should have had more championships. And Dorsey couldn't. And it was typically they'd say, I want Earl Dotson to answer this one, or I want Leroy to answer it. This was just kind of an open-ended, and Dorsey Levens grabbed that mic. And Dorsey had played in 3 Super Bowls. And he basically was like, do you know how blank and hard it is to get to a Super Bowl? Do you guys understand all of the things that have to go into play to get to a Super Bowl? And for a minute, it was very eye-opening to me because I've been doing this job almost 10 years now. And it's different than a player. Players have reasons and understand the difficulty of it. Whereas as an analyst, as a fan, you say, why didn't it happen?
Uh-huh.
And you forget sometimes how blank and hard it is and how everything has to fall into place for it to happen. And the entire room kind of, whoa. And that was the end of the night. That was it.
Wait, you ended
Which I
on
was
that
happy
question?
with because I thought it was well. In fairness, Gilbert was kind of emceeing it. He did say this is the last question.
Oh, John Madden didn't have
beforehand.
anything to say on that.
No, Caliendo was long gone by that time. But it just was a great reminder of, it is really special. Those guys are going to be doing a ton of stuff around Green Bay and the state of Wisconsin for the 30-year anniversary. And it's a great reminder that everything fell. And it wasn't like everything fell right because there was injuries and things that happened throughout the year. But that group was special. And it is special to win a championship. And I do think, you've said this a bunch, the Patriots and the Chiefs have kind of thrown off the math. Doesn't mean Packer fans, and it doesn't mean as an analyst, we can't sit here and say we should have more.
Sure.
But that was a good kind of a slap to the face of, you know what, man, it is blank and hard to get that done.
And that's why he's my favorite player I ever covered. So, while that is important and very entertaining and interesting, and I love that he did that and that you shared it with us, when I ran into Frank Caliendo in Milwaukee, he was doing a show at the corners of Brookfield, and we were staying in the same hotel. I told him that you had delivered, after seeing him perform, your imitation of his imitation of Madden. And he said, oh, I got to hear that. Did you get to share your Madden with him while you were in the same room together?
No. I did get a picture, and I'll send that over to Jesse. I did get a picture, and you could tell whose face. I think he was doing a John Gruden. I mentioned that he came on our show, and he was very cordial, but I didn't get to give the John Madden.
Did you,
and I'm
after
right.
hearing him do it, did you want to bring it back again? Because the last time you heard him doing the Madden,
I maybe will. That's
we
gotta
had
be
you
organic.
doing Madden for days on end.
Yeah, I'm not an on-demand
Boom.
guy. I maybe will organically bring it up, but right now, no.
Okay.
That's
Well, it was definitely not on demand the last time. It was. You were very excited to do it repeatedly, and I think it's actually pretty good.
maybe I'll get
in fairness to you.
Okay.
No rush. All right. I do want to get to because I have to apologize and say I was wrong when it comes to not about everything, but certainly about the framing of the farewell tour that Aaron Rodgers will now be embarking upon on multiple shows yesterday when this came out. I would like to set the record straight with a little help from some video that I unearthed from 2021 during training camp. But before we can do that, it is a huge day in the baseball world. The Milwaukee Brewers are in first place in the NL Central after a sweep. Fly the L, some might say. Sweep.
Yeah, have Sylvie and Waddle and the whole ESPN 1000 team, I think it was Sylvie, who was all in on this curse. Oh, you flew the flag and nothing good has happened since. What? Y'all look like a minor league team. Like, that whole series looked like that was a minor league. Where are they at? Dubuque? Which city are they in? You guys went and watched a game down Dubuque?
Des Moines, the Iowa Cubs, or the
Des Moines.
The South Bend Cubs were in Appleton last week.
I actually start wondering, when is Wrigley's contract up? They might as well move to Dubuque. No, all the teams in Chicago are moving out of the city. They might as well say,
The
when is
Hammond
that
Cubs.
contract on the north side done? Because maybe look for some tax incentives. Head on down to Dubuque.
A big win. Now they sweep the series, but today is an anniversary of sorts as well. Much like the 96 team will be celebrating its 30th anniversary of winning the NFL title in Super Bowl 31. Today's the day, Jesse, right? If I'm
Yesterday.
reading this correctly.
Yesterday was the
yesterday, they won on the anniversary.
Yes. Very fitting. Very fitting.
The anniversary of Jesse J. Nelson, coming on this program and saying of the reigning NL Manager of the Year, not to be confused with now the two-time.
Has that only been a year? That's only been a year?
I know,
Oh
that's
my
shocking,
God.
isn't it?
Feels like, wow.
And Josh DiMaggio had texted us saying, hey, did you guys, celebrate the anniversary? And I said, I view this more like Christmas, that you should keep this holiday in your heart all year round. And I believe that's the case because, Jesse, we have, and deservedly so, I am not delivering any pity party here. We have destroyed you now for 366 days for this take, and I am so happy that this continues to be a thing.
As I've said for all 366 days, it wasn't actually a take. It was a question. At the big birthday,
in the form of a take.
At the big birthday bash on the Saturday night of cribbage board giveaway at American Family Field when the Brewers were blanked by the Minnesota Twins, were in fourth place in the NL Central standings, couldn't score runs, weren't having any success on the mound. And I asked, with what appeared to be manager in waiting, Ricky Weeks, as the assistant to Pat Murphy, at what point do we have a conversation about when we should have the conversation to move on from Pat Murphy?
The rarest
it doesn't
of all,
sound
not
any
a
better.
conversation, but a conversation about a conversation. Very
Engaged
well
to be
done.
engaged.
And it was
Yes.
it was scoffed at the birthday bash. I brought it up on this show. It was scoffed here, and then it was scoffed at on the afternoon shows and the morning
It was scoffed
shows
everywhere.
and every
Content
show.
creator.
And
Content creator.
forever and ever, I'm the guy that apparently wanted to get Pat Murphy fired when that is not the case. Never said that. Just wanted to know when we should start to be concerned that he would have success at the same level as Doc Rivers and Luke Fickell. And for those who were critical and have been critical and continue to be critical of Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers. I was wondering when we should start to consider Pat Murphy in that same ilk. And we shouldn't do that anymore. We shouldn't do that.
Just out of curiosity, the fact that at the party, and thank you for not doing what I'm about to say you could have done here, but the fact that it was scoffed at and roundly ridiculed at Pablo's birthday party, in retrospect, did you ever consider that maybe, maybe I'm off base here, I won't bring it up with the guys on the show? Thank God you didn't. From a content perspective, thank you for being foolish enough to then bring it to everyone for all of us to enjoy and ridicule. But at no point did you say, it's interesting, these people, I work with them, they're smart people. The fact that they thought that this was ridiculous, that I even said this, maybe I shouldn't bring it up publicly on the air. Did that ever cross your mind?
No, quite the opposite, actually. As with most geniuses.
You were emboldened.
Yeah, I looked around.
As with most geniuses.
I looked around at the people at the birthday bash, and I thought they're not seeing this the way that they should be seeing this, which is the way that I'm seeing this.
That's
and
the
more
only child
people,
right there, boy.
more people need to know that we should start thinking about when to have a conversation about Pat Murphy's job before he proceeds to lead the team in I don't know if you'd call it a comeback going fourth to first, but
that you could be that wrong.
No, I
you
never.
said that.
If you would have told me on what was yesterday, May 20th, 2025, that the Milwaukee Brewers would proceed to finish with the best record in baseball, the best record in franchise history, Pat Murphy would repeat as manager of the year in the National League, and that they would beat the rival Cubs and Craig Counsell in the NLDS to advance to the NLCS for the first time since 2018, I would have thought you were out of your mind. And it turns out I was the one who was out of my mind to propose when to have the conversation about having the conversation. So hand up. My bad. I tried to retire this on opening day and say we've turned the page, new season. We're not going to make these mistakes again. And clearly it just keeps coming up no matter how much I've repented and apologized. And I've doubled down a few times, I think. But for the most part, the the biggest thing everyone needs to understand is I wasn't advocating for Pat Murphy to be fired. I was wondering when we would start to think about moving on from him on May 20th of 2025. And the answer is never. He can coach the Brewers as long as he wants. Give him the LePay deal. Lifetime contract. Pat Murphy until he doesn't want to do it anymore. That's where we're at with Murph and the Brewers. Especially after last night. What a way to celebrate the anniversary.
The Jeff Probst treatment. He's getting the Jeff Probst treatment.
We'll talk about that later.
Interesting.
All right. Well, if you think you're out of your Jesse was out of his mind, you're out of your mind. If you have leaky.
How much do you think? How much do you think this is about Pat Murphy, or is it the organization as a whole? Because this has been. Jesse spurred, and I'm not saying Jesse spurred this on, but it's been a real weird coincidence. Like, they're a middling kind of average team when Jesse had a conversation about having a conversation about having a conversation. And since then, I don't know why anyone would trade with Matt Arnold. Like, he fleeces everybody. I mean, we get rid of a third baseman that can't hit for Boston at all, and we get a stud that comes in and just dials it in last night. So,
has he surpassed Goody as the best GM in the state now, officially?
Yes.
I said Matt Arnold was one of the faces of the state, and you guys all laughed at me last year.
I don't think I could recognize.
You don't even know his face.
I am a big Brewers fan, and I would not recognize Matt Arnold if he walked in here right now.
I meant stature. I didn't mean like we needed an artist rendering of him.
If he walked in and someone in the office said, "Hey, Jesse, this is Matt," I would think he's like applying for a marketing consultant job. I would have no idea he was the general manager of the Brewers. I don't know what he looks like.
I'll tell you what, I was impressed. I went to a JV baseball game the other night, and a guy in a suit and tie, you know when your catcher makes the last out and you have to have somebody go out there to catch? Some dude comes out, it could have been Matt Arnold, scouting JV players. He got out there in a suit and tie catching the kid throwing the pitcher.
I love that
I
job.
tried to get a picture as the team photographer. I came back, by the way.
Oh,
Sarah,
man.
100.5 had a game.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
so I was back. I did not get in any arguments with the coach. Did not do it. I kept
who were
my
you
mouth
playing?
Shut this time I'm not going to get into it because we play them again tonight. I'm not going to say anything negative about anybody.
Woof, woof.
It's time to have a conversation.
I won't say anything. I'm not going to I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to not have a conversation about not having a conversation about it.
Well, let's have a conversation about your windows and how important it is to make the switch and replace those leaky, creaky, squeaky windows with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Absolutely. If you've been putting off replacing your windows and or doors, now is the time because Pella of Wisconsin are offering 0-interest financing options all throughout. That's right, 0% interest. In Wisconsin, your home, it does take a beating year-round. The right windows and doors will improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home, all within your budget. And with 0-interest options all over the place. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers' last ride next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. June 15th through the 17th and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, the Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at Brewers.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
The Brew Crew are back on June 2nd.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Francisco Giants.
Got him swinging. Throw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
Brewers baseball is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in June 2nd at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, maroni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, more.
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So Aaron Rodgers, who we once talked about pretty much every day, right? I mean, basically how it worked around here. We don't talk about him that much anymore.
Is he the most influential person in your career?
Certainly the opportunity I had by doing the radio show with him.
No, I just mean in general.
No.
Like, he's influenced. No, I think he's influenced your career more than anyone else.
No.
I'm not talking about mentorship. I'm not talking about mentorship. I'm talking about the direction and success of your career is more directly correlated to Aaron Rodgers than anyone else.
Because the team was relevant and I did the radio show, et cetera, et cetera? Like, where do you...
No, I'm asking you. I'm telling you who I think, but I'm just wondering if you...
I understand, and I'm asking you why you think that.
Okay, you can't... yeah, I would think just from an overall standpoint. Like, obviously, the team being good with his leadership and his intrigue and the amount of interest that he generated springboarded you from being, no offense, just one of the guys to being one of the guys.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. And no, I'm willing to answer the question. I just wanted to get a little clarity from old T. Because, look, and I'm doing this thing with Corey Lindsley and Brian Bulaga today for CASA of Brown County, the Child Advocate Group, which does such great work here. And Corey and his wife Anna were their ambassadors and did a great job. It's a really important thing. But one of the things I'm going to talk about when we do our Q&A with them, and a surprise guest that even those two don't know about, is the time that I got to sit in your meeting room.
John Madden?
Who's the surprise guest?
And I got to tell you, you never know, Bulaga could be listening. I can't risk it.
I feel pretty good that he's not. He's golfing.
I tend to agree,
He's
but I don't want to risk it.
Definitely golfing.
But so I'm going to talk about the time that Campy and Joe Philbin and Mike Sherman agreed to let me come into your offensive line meeting room and sit with you guys, and I did that story, and it's the greatest single thing I did from an access standpoint, even better than the time I sat with Favre in the media auditorium, and we went through the highlights of his first game against, which wasn't technically his first game, it was his second because he played the week before, but his big win over Cincinnati on the 10-year anniversary of that in 2002. We sat on big screen. But I would say that because of my longevity, I would probably be, people know Domofsky more. I don't know, based on social media, they probably know Matt Schneidman more. Tom Silverstein and Pete Doherty have done it longer than me.
Okay, I'm not trying to turn this into like rank your beat reporter. I'm just saying that
I don't think of myself in this like he catapulted me to the top of my field.
Sure.
That's why. So
fair enough.
And would you rank Tausch and I ahead of Aaron Rodgers then?
Yes.
Good question.
Without this show, I don't like this show. Look, there's nobody.
All right, this thing is taking a turn that I was not. I wanted you to say that Aaron Rodgers.
I owed all to Aaron Rodgers
in a monster way. No, I just think because he did, and he did for the
visibility
show.
of
he
doing the
obviously
show
did for you.
Yeah,
but and it's okay. All right.
Sorry that didn't go the way you were hoping.
Well,
good try.
I mean, it is what it is.
We'll hear from Aaron Rodgers.
Of Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love, how would you rank how those three have influenced your career as a Packers journalist the most?
Rodgers 1, Favre 2, Love 3. Coaches, Mike McCarthy 1, Mike Sherman a very close 2, because I learned the most about how to do the job while I was covering him. Probably Mike Holmgren 3 and Matt LaFleur 4, and then Ray Rhodes 5.
Where's Barry on that list?
Again, as a student reporter, the person who influenced me the most is Chili now.
Sauer. No,
and
I thought it was Sauer.
from a football perspective. From a beat writer perspective, it's Jeff Sauer, and it is hands down. I would put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers, too. I would put him in the class of Tom Mulhern and Tom Oates. All right, that's our conversation about Aaron Rodgers' last ride. No, we'll do that.
All right, if I may, do you have a read here? Because I'd love to tease. I have a tease.
I do,
that I
actually.
If
before you tease out, I could tell you.
Well, the hell with it. I'm just going to propst this thing. I might just propst it. I might tease it without it. The heck with it.
You're teasing a conversation that we're not going to have until like Whoa Nelly. We got a lot on our plate, including I think we may be able to get Joe Thomas on the program today for being at Packers' off-season program in Packers gear. I don't know when we're going to do it, but we're going to try and do it. I got to text him back after I tell you, and before Tausch teases us out, about Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, you got too many options to count. Dream Dance Steakhouse, Rock and Brews, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, The Marketplace, Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company, food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Like if you want to celebrate Jesse's I wasn't a take, but it was kind of a take anniversary, you could do it there. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Tausch, the floor is yours.
All right, I will need Jesse to put up the schedule, and I know the schedule release was a week ago, but I have an idea that needs to happen. I think it should happen. Can we get it to happen? Let's make our case. I have a case that I am going to make.
No!
That it should happen.
Stop that!
Stop what?
No! You can do that
No,
later.
what?
We haven't talked about Rodgers at all.
We didn't say anything worthwhile about Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in Packers history.
I tried.
No,
what did you want me to do?
No.
I tried. It didn't go anywhere. It died. So now what? You want us to Lazarus this bad boy? I'll let Jason Lazarus this. I don't envision Lazarus coming through.
You're the one who killed Lazarus, though. We weren't
I
even
did
going to
not
talk
kill
about
Lazarus.
me.
You decided to say that you coming and hanging out with me, Flanagan, Mike Wall for 1 half hour was more important than 15 years with Rodgers. I can't help that. That died. So now, okay, Lazarus, bring it back. I don't have a tease. My tease died. I'll see if I can Lazarus my tease later in the show because it just died.
There is football
More next.
significant.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey seafood lovers, Sendik's Lobster Fest is back. One day only, Saturday, May 23rd. Cooked or live lobsters are just 2 for $25. North Atlantic cold water lobsters, a pound each, 2 for $25. Don't miss out. Reserve yours now at Sendik's.com. Plus, enjoy shrimp or lobster boil meals and Sendik's homemade shrimp and lobster roll on May 23rd and 24th. Learn more at Sendik's.com. All during Sendik's 17th Annual Lobster Fest. Sendik's Food Markets, your trusted local grocer.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like Blaine's Farm and Fleet camp chairs. Buy one, get one 60% off. Save $50 on select Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Plus, Friday through Sunday, all veterans and active military get an extra 10% off their entire purchase. In honor of Memorial Day, Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores will be closed on May 25th.
Best time of the year, it's patio season. Hey, it's Alex Strope, and no better place to soak in patio season than Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Veer North brings the energy with a spacious patio, elevated food, and craft cocktails perfect for summer nights. Headed to a game? Start here and hop on the shuttle straight to the ballpark. Same goes for Summerfest and all your favorite festivals, pregame, postgame, or stay for the whole night. Live music, great vibes, and a menu that goes way beyond the basics. Veer North is not your average sports bar. Veer North, Milwaukee's go-to for summer fun.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Aaron, did you feel like this could be your last year? Do you even think of that right now?
Yes.
As in your last year?
This is it, yeah.
This is it. Good thing we had the schedule up, though, so we can do what Tausch teased a little bit later in the program. Aaron Rodgers speaking yesterday, and look, a lot of interesting things that he had to say with the Pittsburgh media. Not least among them, he didn't say exactly that if Mike McCarthy hadn't become the Steelers coach, he wouldn't be playing this year. But he definitely wasn't expecting to be back in Pittsburgh after Mike Tomlin left, which means he would have been, once again, a hired gun somewhere else if he was going to play. Here is what Aaron Rodgers said regarding his return to Pittsburgh and his reunion with Big Mike.
Yeah, I love Mike T. I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity to come in last year and love my experience with him. And, you know, I thought when he said he was stepping away, that was an emotional moment just because we all love him so much and care about him. And, you know, I thought that that was probably it for me in Pittsburgh. But when the decision was made to hire Mike, I started opening my mind back up to coming back.
So the reunion occurs, Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers on the field together for OTAs. I think they've had 2 practices now. But what this has led to, and hand up, I said it on multiple shows across ESPN Wisconsin, and I was wrong because I don't think I accurately depicted this at all. I remembered him saying, and this is what happens, you remember something, but you don't remember the details as exactly as you'd like. I remember him saying he didn't want a farewell tour. And he did say that. That was in August of 2021, in which he was discussing the possibility that that could be his final season in Green Bay. He had actually thought, as you'll hear in a moment, that 2020 might very well be his last season in Green Bay after they drafted Jordan Love. Now, Tausch, that was in the throes of COVID. That was in 2021. He was at least at the podium. We were able to be in the same room with him. We still weren't in the locker room. But he had seemed like once he kind of made his peace with they drafted Jordan Love in 2020, he seemed to really enjoy the 2020 season. Like he seemed to really kind of put the effort forward of, you know what, I'm going to relish this because this might be it here. And so it led me to ask him, after they had had a joint practice with the Jets, and he had a great line as he entered in that Tom Fanning, who is his kind of media consigliere, had told him, look, don't go scorched earth on joint practices, because he had famously done that in 2019 about the Houston Texans coming to town. And instead, it turned out to be a great moment of him talking about kind of appreciating and living in the moment and making sure you enjoy when you don't know what comes next. And I want to play that for you because I went back and unearthed it. This is from August 18th, 2021. Aaron Rodgers answering a very long-winded question that has a lot to unpack.
Okay. So last year it was pretty clear that you and Tim and all the guys were having a really good time. And then we asked you a few times during the course of the season via Zoom whether you were savoring the year more, and maybe things you would have taken for granted previously you weren't, and that was very evident watching you. I saw what you said to Peter. Can you do that again? Is that a template for how you can approach this season? Because that is how you looked to those of us that were around you a lot last year. And in what ways can that help you get through this season?
Well, I mean, there's a lot in there to talk about. I don't look at it as getting through the season, though. I think that's the most important thing. I'm going to enjoy it like I enjoyed last year. The reason I said that and the reason I approached it like that was I just knew when the pick was made that the clock had started for sure. And I thought, unless there was something in the season that really made me feel like I'm going to be here past 2021, that maybe this would be my last year, because I didn't want to be going into a year with some sort of, as a lame duck, like I said. I just didn't think that was fair to what I've accomplished and what I mean to this team. And nothing really changed in that regard. So I went in the offseason thinking, man, that could have been it. I'm glad that I enjoyed every moment. I'm glad I led exactly the way I wanted to lead, and looked for those conversations with certain guys that needed a pick-me-up at different times, and took the headphones off and enjoyed, the surroundings and the road trips and the time with the guys. So yeah, it's a good template for sure. I don't want a farewell tour. I don't know what's going to happen after the season, but I'm going to enjoy it with the right perspective for sure, and not look at it as I'm getting through this. I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of, all of it. That's why I think I have a slightly different perspective about these, practices with other teams. I had tongue-in-cheek with Tom. That's 4 Tom now, 5 actually, about going scorched earth. There is a lot of stuff to be gained from these type of practices. And I think it, for me personally, the perspective through some of the work I've done in the off season and just trying to just be more joyful and happier is going to allow this season to be really special and memorable, I think.
So in addition to thinking, boy, I sure missed getting those types of answers from people, it also made me think, he wasn't saying, I don't want a farewell tour because I'm retiring. I don't think he ever really planned on retiring at that point. So this has turned out a little bit differently. But I and others kind of said, the guy who said he didn't want a farewell tour is now going to go on a farewell tour, which I have to admit, even though he and I have had our differences in recent years, I was wrong to say that, because I don't think that's the same context when you hear the entirety of that. He ends up coming back for one more season, obviously, in Green Bay. But I am curious, Tausch, when you look at him having said what he did yesterday, what do you expect from this, which is going to be a farewell tour? Like, it's going to be, hey, if you want to see Aaron Rodgers play one more time, you better get tickets to a Steelers game, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's any correlation, and I'm glad that I didn't hear what you said on all the other shows, but I would say he was never retiring. Right. If anything, he was more willing to go scorched earth because the Packers said, we're going to move on without you. That was never – so those things are all separate. He's now at that point in his life, and I said on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning, he is in that rarefied air of being able to dictate when he wants to retire. Most of us and most players are retired by the NFL. You don't get to tell them, hey, this is going to be it for me. I would say you're starting to see more of it. You saw the center for the Bears. You're starting to see more guys do it. But for Aaron to be able to have the career he's had and then now to be able to go on his terms, and there's probably something really freeing about telling a league that dictates to everybody, now this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go out this way. That's got to be really powerful for him, and I'm glad that he's able to get to do it, and the whole full circle of coming back around with James Campen and Mark Lavatt and obviously Mike McCarthy being a big part of what they're doing, and going back to 2006, which wasn't his rookie year, but is his real first year with Mike. I think there's just something, and he's always looking at all of those things that kind of cosmically come together. I think he loves that closes off that circle and finishes things. So I'm very happy for him that he is able to pull that off and to do this. And I don't know how the season's going to go. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be very good. I think they're going to, struggle. But we've bet a bunch against Aaron Rodgers throughout the years, and you'll see how that goes. It's obviously different at this age, but all in all, totally different context. Did I think that Aaron Rodgers would want a farewell tour? I don't think he's going to mind it. I think he is a historian of the game, and I think he feels good about his place in history, and I don't think he's going to mind that people, however they're going to approach it, will embrace, and especially when it gets to be December and January, celebrate an outstanding career in the NFL. I think it's an awesome way to go out for him.
So I want to get to your tease, but I want to ask one follow-up question. You don't think it's going to go well. You didn't think it was going to go well last year, right?
I thought it went better
than you thought it would, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is there any chance, this was the other thing I was talking about with Homer last night, is there any chance, they drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. He is going to be in seemingly a really good place back with Mike McCarthy and this idea of, like you said, kind of closing that circle. Is there any chance he can put together the kind of season that you witnessed for yourself in 2007 in Favre's last year with the Packers, or what Favre did in 2009 when you were with the Packers and he was with the Vikings? Is there any, do you view that as a 10% chance, a 20% chance, a 0% chance that he puts together? Because Brett Favre, other than that game in Chicago in the NFC Championship game, turned back the clock in 2007, and then he really did it in 2009 when he was with the Vikings and very motivated.
Yeah, I would say no, but I would never say never. I wouldn't say zero, but I would not go up to 50%. I know that. There's just a lot of things going against kind of where his trajectory is. Brett was knocked out at, 41 or 42. Aaron's already older than that, I think. I always get confused on birth dates. But
I know you do.
The odds would say no. But you could catch lightning in a bottle, and again, if you get off to a hot start, guys can ride that wave. I wouldn't bet on it, though.
You did not. Did you see the 2007 season coming from Favre? I mean, you were his teammate then. Did you see
Certainly.
that coming?
Yeah,
you did.
I mean, I just felt like as a team we were going to be a lot better. And did I think Favre was going to be that good? The year prior, was it the 2005 season was disastrous.
That was the year he led the league in
started
picks.
Feeling like everything was coming around at the end of 2006, and then this is what happens. Especially, we were really young that year. You can really gain a lot of confidence with some early season wins, and I think we beat the Chargers late that season, or late in a game. Greg Jennings caught a slant route, took it to the house, and the Chargers were a really good football team then. After that game, it just felt like, yep, we're in a good place. We're gonna continue to get better and better. And do I think Pittsburgh can do that? I'm not going to sit here and tell you I broke down their roster enough, but in a first year with Mike as the head coach and a lot of young players, I think, can Aaron stay healthy for 17 weeks? That's why I've been really impressed with his last two seasons. I know he missed a little bit last year. It's really difficult to do that. Yeah. It's really difficult. So the odds are against him, but I'm guessing he's all right with the odds being against him. I think it'll be a fun, freeing kind of way to approach this season without having a ton of expectations.
We'll find out what Tausch's tease was all about after we find out more about Annex Wealth Management.
Well, Jason talks a lot about estate plans. Have you updated your estate plan since the tax laws changed? Well, some of the biggest changes become law last summer might have been to your benefit. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act raised the basic exclusion amount for estates and made it permanent. So what does that mean for you? Well, 1, the amount you can pass completely free of federal estate tax exposure went up. 2, now that amount is permanent, you can plan with a little more confidence than you have in the past. And if you're thinking about what you're going to leave behind for your family, now is the time to get it moving. And how to pay the least amount of taxes on it, get the expert advice from the team at Annex Wealth Management. Go to annexwealth.com, click the Get Started button to get moving on that today.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Bruss.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Conveniently located in between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch the action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get you in free with a paying adult at the gate and camp on site all weekend long. IndyCar is must-see and is coming up on June 18th through the 21st. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com RotoMeria.com to get tickets.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Now that we've covered the bases on Aaron Rodgers, Mark Tauscher has an idea.
Yeah, Jesse, if you could on the video stream throw up the schedule.
Yes, sir, Mr. Tauscher.
Because, thank you,
Please.
Jell. You're the best in the business. I need you to scroll up a little bit. I need the preseason as well on there.
This particular graphic did not include the preseason games.
Just wait a second. You don't have the blanket preseason? I don't care. The regular
Bishop's
season
Charities,
schedule's done.
baby.
All right, let me take that back. Bad job, Jesse. Bad job.
There you go.
Here's the deal.
What are the
I don't
odds
know
you were
who
looking
else
for
we-
the preseason schedule? What?
Well, what did you think? We don't play Pittsburgh in the regular season. This announcement happened after the schedule was released. And as I said on Wisconsin's Morning News, which I know Jesse has the clip of, this is a no-brainer, easy solution. And had Aaron Rodgers decided this 2 or 3 weeks ago, there's not a doubt in my mind that the NFL would have done this. But the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, they need to do a preseason game swap. There would not be something if we didn't do something swappage when it comes to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. We swapped draft picks with the New York Jets. I want a preseason game swap. I want Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers with Mike McCarthy to come back to Lambeau, play a preseason game that otherwise would be meaningless and not draw a bunch of juice, have joint practices before. Rodgers rides the bike down to practice. You do the whole bit, and you flip games, and you end up having the Packers hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers in Green Bay that first weekend of the preseason and switch out the other games. I don't care how you got to do it. I don't have the schedule in front of me. That's what needs to happen. Why would this not happen, Jason Wilde?
Well, wait a minute. Are we going to hear you saying this, or?
That's up to Jay. I don't know what Jesse.
So now you just asked me if I had the audio of you saying this ready, so I got it ready just for you to say the exact
I didn't know you
same
had
thing
it.
that you said this morning again here,
Well,
so I didn't need to
Let me
get
tell
it
you
ready
this.
at all.
Let me
Best
tell you
in the
this.
business.
It was better produced and better set up by hosts on Wisconsin's Morning News this morning. So let's hear
You're the one
what I
who
had to
set
say.
this up. I
Don't
didn't
you
set
yell
it
at
up.
me. I asked for 3 things. I got none of them done. So when I went on Wisconsin's Morning News with Pancake Hill and Eric Bilstead and Vince Vetrano, all of it was done. So, Jesse, if I may, can you roll that tape? I do, and I don't know if this would have changed things. Obviously, the preseason is fluid. I wonder if Rodgers had signed earlier and had this before the preseason games, maybe they would have flipped it.
Right.
And I thought that would have been really cool having, Mike and James Campen and Mark Levat along with Aaron Rodgers. That would have been a really cool and meaningful way to actually do something in the preseason.
Haven't heard this before.
Where you could have had that celebration
a
back
good
at
idea.
Lambeau. Had joint practices come back. You could have really celebrated. He could have done the bike ride down at AmFam Dream Drive. There's a lot of things that could have been in play.
Could have been included in the
The
last
schedule
take.
has to move along. I think if you could
It's so
find a way to
well-produced.
swap this. Find a way to get it. The
Production value
preseason is
incredible.
what it is. Let's swap it out because
Swap it
I
out.
agree. It would have been awesome to be able to celebrate. I know Packer fans, for as much angst as there's been about the Rodgers, finishing his era in Green Bay and how it's all played out, it would be an awesome celebration for a preseason in August. That's as good as it would get. Tell me a more intriguing preseason operation than what I just laid out.
I just want to say on the record, for all the times I've said we don't need to play something that you've said on another show, you can just say it again here. I am taking a victory lap.
Which, by the way, talk about saving your best stuff for other shows.
You've had all L's, the rest of it, so we can have a conversation about a conversation. Why not do it, Jason? Why not just
because then I can't go to Latrobe.
Why would the league just say, you know what, man, this makes a lot of sense. Let's do it.
Hey, it's a great idea. Couldn't agree with you more.
Let's do it.
I couldn't agree with you more when you said it on our show, and then I couldn't agree with you more when we played you saying it on Wisconsin's Morning News.
So what? Because the Packers have 9 home regular season games, that's why they only have 1 preseason game, right? That's
correct.
How that works?
Which you would. That's the problem with Tausch's idea. Is then the Packers would have 3 home preseason games. And while nobody cares about preseason games,
they
from
will
a
now.
ticketing perspective and everything else, that is an issue. But I don't disagree with the premise. Let me put it that way. Joe Thomas was at Packers practice apparently yesterday. I have a theory on why he was there. We will find out if it's accurate because Joe Thomas is going to join us to explain himself. Chewy was getting after him today for wearing Packers gear, so I want him to defend himself, too, as a longtime Cleveland Browns great. But we can't do that until Tausch tells us about the AmFam Championship, which we will be at on June 5th, which is coming up quick.
Well, the American Family Insurance Championship returns to Madison this June. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts the PGA Tour Champions event at TPC Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ features best ball and scramby formats in exciting 2-person team format. The AmFam Champ, again, is June 5th through the 7th. They got the big concert on Friday night. Got all kinds of fun stuff planned for the weekend. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes with Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. Meet Santa, as you may know him. Next, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only. It's 5/23.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. And entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wildy and Tausch begins now. And it begins, I don't want to call this an investigation, because I think that's too strong. And I disagreed with Chewy this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy once I found out that this happened, because I had no idea. I gotta spend more time on social media. Joining us now, a Cleveland Browns legend, a Wisconsin Badgers legend, a Pro Football Hall of Famer on the Yuengling Legends hotline. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, now in Wisconsin, D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA, enjoy responsibly. And a man who never played for the Green Bay Packers, despite my hopes that they would acquire him late in his career so I could cover him one time.
God, what a flex behind Joe. Look at that. He's got the bust over his right shoulder.
He's got a nice bust.
That is a big setup.
Wow. That is...
It is Joe Thomas on Wildy and Tausch.
Pick your nose. Pick your nose with that. See if you can get it. There you go. A little higher.
Yep,
got it.
I'm guessing he's done that.
It doesn't fit up there. Nose is too small for giant finger.
Hey, how you doing, first of all? Great to have an excuse to talk to you. We won't keep you long.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
So I saw this morning, courtesy of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. There's a photo of you circulating. You're on the field. I believe it was posted by Hall of Fame Farms, which gives me a theory as to what you were doing at the Don Hudson Center. But I'll let you explain. My theory is Meat Santa was finding himself some more fanatics for Hall of Fame beef. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are not wrong, Wildy. That's exactly why I was up there. Coach LaFleur and a few of the Packers have become loyal customers, and so I was up there Monday night and had some delicious Hall of Fame Farms Wagyu with Matt LaFleur and the coaching staff, broke some bread, chatted some football, talked life, and then had an opportunity to come into the cafeteria and enjoy my very first experience, honestly, in the practice facility over there in Green Bay, and enjoyed a nice Hall of Fame Farms flank steak asado taco for breakfast. Talked to the team a little bit, got to hang out with Coach Luke Butkus, the offensive line coach, and the offensive lineman, and then, hung around practice and made sure that those boys understood where the best beef on planet Earth came from. And it's right down the street in Muscadet, Wisconsin.
I defended your honor. Because I appreciate our friendship and how good you are to us.
What did Chewy think that he's going to wear Browns gear into the Packers facility?
Yeah,
what was Chewy's bone to pick?
Yeah, so Joe. Mark Chmura, former NFL player, Boston College alumnus, and spent his entire NFL career with the Packers, took issue with you wearing Packers gear as a Browns legend. So I said, I defended you, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to set the record straight on that as well.
Chewy's offended because he's a huge Browns fan and he didn't like that I was wearing Packers gear.
What do you care?
That is a big head scratcher for me there. No, it was interesting. So I showed up Tuesday morning. Coach LaFleur invited me to do the workout with their coaches. He knew I don't like to miss a workout. So 5:30, I show up and I got my Browns shorts on and my Browns shirt. And as soon as I walk in there, Joe McKilp, who's the executive assistant or football ops guy for LaFleur, is like, oh, well, you can't be wearing Browns gear in here, which is common practice in NFL facilities. I think Tauscher will let you know, in training camp especially, there's lots of guest coaches that come through, lots of friends of the coaches, guys that have been fired or retired or whatever it looks like. You come into the building, common practices, you go to the equipment room, they hand you some new gear with Packers gear on, or obviously if you're coming to Cleveland, you get the new Cleveland gear. So when you're out at practice, everybody looks the same. Really important, for anal coaches in the NFL, general managers, that everybody that's out at practice on the field, they've got the same issue gear on. And honestly, I think a lot of it comes from the apparel companies, right? So Nike, they're trying to sell their shirts and their hats and their sweatshirts. So they want everybody out there because occasionally there's those bums from the media out there with cameras and they're going to be capturing people on there. And look, Nike pays a lot of money. They want to make sure that everybody's wearing the gear that they've got an opportunity to go and buy on Nike.com, right? So I tried to wear my Browns gear, people, but they wouldn't let me. So they put me in Packers gear.
You showed up in Browns gear, though?
Yeah.
Not like Hall of Fame beef gear?
Well, that was in the car. But I showed up in Browns gear because we were going to work out. And, it wasn't meant to be. They immediately put me in brand spanking new Packers stuff, which worked out pretty good. And I'll tell you why. So I got the gear, and I knew being in Wisconsin, there was going to be plenty of people that would love some fresh Packers gear. And so I visited a couple farmers that had been involved in accidents, that were disabled, that we were telling the story with for Easter Seals Wisconsin, which is a charity that I'm involved with. And so I came right from the Packers facility, went to these different farms in kind of that Appleton area, and I was able to take my Packers hat, and I was able to give it to one of the farmers, and I gave him a brand new Packers sweatshirt.
Take that, Chewy.
The guy couldn't have been more
that,
fun.
Chewy.
Take that, Chewy, right? So all good was coming out of this, even though he was offended.
The old Grinch.
You had changed, though, right? Chewy. You didn't like you weren't like shirtless
he
at the
went
farm
shirtless.
then taking the shirt off your back literally.
Shirtless.
No. So after practice, I switched out of my Packers gear and I nicely folded it to respect it, give it the respect it deserves, put it into my truck, and then when we got to the farm, we had the great meetings with the farmers, and then I presented that as a gift from myself and of course the Packers down the street, which they care much more about than some guy who played for Cleveland.
All right, Joe, so you had dinner with the coaches and you were able to watch practice. We're all concerned about the O-line. I know I am. I know Bulaga is. There's a lot of question marks. So I guess your first look, and you can't, obviously you're an invited guest, so you can't give away trade secrets or anything, but what was just your overall viewpoint as a Hall of Famer and a Hall of Fame beef guy of the beef up front for this Green Bay Packers squad?
Ooh, well
clever.
Done there.
Yeah.
That's
Not bad.
True professional right there with the pun.
I'm trying.
I was actually pretty impressed. Yeah. I mean, OTAs are a lot different than when you and I were playing Tausch. Like they had no spiders on, which are like the little soft pads on the shoulders, no helmets. They weren't going against the defense, which
no helmets. What?
Nothing. It's basically a walkthrough. Like there was zero competition, which, hey, that's great. I would have loved it if that's what we did, but it's really hard to sort of gauge where everyone is because
no wonder the offensive line looks so good.
And everybody wonders why O-line play is dropping off, but continue. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the team periods was the offensive line going against the managers that were holding bags. So, I mean, they looked great. They were dominant up front. They were pulling the guys 10 yards off the ball.
Those managers.
Yep. But no, I will say Jordan Morgan, he's a great athlete. He's got exceptional footwork. He's powerful. I mean, I was sitting there waiting to give him a bunch of tips about things that I thought he could do a better job of. We watched film that morning, and I said to him, honestly, buddy, there's a couple little things that I would do differently if it was me, but that's more specific to just how I played, and it's not like it's better or worse than what you're doing. And so we talked about a few things in general, but overall, I really was impressed with how he moved, the fastidiousness with which he approached his craft. I thought that everything I saw on the field was just impressive with where he placed his hands. Now, it was on a bag, granted, but I thought that he was just doing a really good job with that footwork, that technique, that hand placement, just the focus that he was playing with, how quick he was moving, getting up to the second level on his combination blocks. So I'm really hopeful for you guys. I'm not a huge Packer fan. I cheer for them as long as they're not playing against the Brownies. But I think that the offensive line is going to be one of their strengths this year. I think they really run that outside zone really, really well. Obviously, that's the core to what they're doing on offense. And it seems like Josh Jacobs is starting to understand how to run behind these guys with the outside zone. He's typically more of like a power back with the pin pulls and the powers and the crack G's and stuff. But I think the outside zone is going to be something that they're going to be featuring with Josh, and he's going to be pretty comfortable running behind that line this year.
Jason,
you there?
I'm having.
out.
I think we're having internet
Joe,
issues at our house.
Okay.
Oh, you're all right. Joe, last thing for me. We were excited to see you at the Buck and Honey's Wagyu slider stand yesterday, which you had not gotten there yet, but wow. All I'm going to say is it was the talk of the tournament yesterday. We had all these old Packers, myself included, and we all just wanted to circle back to right there. We assume you were there. You must have just taken the tents down at the end, or how did that all shake out? Because we were excited to see you, and we ended up just getting your beef.
Well, you got the better part of me, so
meat.
and just showing up when the work ends like that blister that you got on your feet after training camp. But no, it was great. I was actually out on the farm yesterday morning. We had Michelle Wallace, who's a big celebrity barbecue person. She was voted fan favorite on Top Chef 21. So she was out there. So I was giving her a little tour, showing her some of the briskets that the team is going to be working with this summer when we do the Sugar River Fire and Smoke Festival down at 7 Acres Dairy in September.
Oh, I love that place.
Deep from up there, down there all the way up to Trapper's Turn. And I must have just missed you because I was flipping burgers for a couple hours and then doing what I do best, which is, taking the tents down before going over back to Madison for a Ducks Unlimited event that we were serving our Hall of Fame Wagyu, which blew everybody away, I may add. The most tender, delicious New York strips anybody had ever had. Tauscher, I was hoping to see you there. There was a bunch of your former teammates there. Mark Bell was there. Bernie, Matt Bernstein, the Hebrew Hammer, came in from New York. All the legends were there outside of Tauscher and Wilde, of course.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, we appreciate you jumping on a short notice. I know you got a lot going on there, you and your bust. And it sure sounds like you're very busy with your Hall of Fame beef, but you are always so good to us when we need to find out more. I'm glad I was right when I defended your honor and assumed that you were there hawking your beef.
Oh, and also, Joe, I'll say this, the jerky yesterday, everybody, because the outings go long. He had a box. He gave everybody a box of the jerky, which I've told you, it's rehydrated, which is that makes it even that much better. That was big. So Hall of Fame beef was everywhere at Trapper's Turn yesterday.
And if you're not with Tausch, and getting a box of jerky, where do you get jerky? I personally, again, am the beef stick fan. The apple cheddar one is my favorite. I order it all the time. It's right in my price range too. Where do we go if we want to make a purchase?
Yeah, the great thing about the Hall of Fame jerky and the Hall of Fame beef sticks is you barely have to sell 2 hangers out there on eBay to be able to afford a delicious pack of that. But, we actually have jerky subscriptions right now. HallOfFameFarms.com is where you can go. We have subscriptions. I've actually ordered subscriptions, paid full price because it's worth it for myself, for my parents, my in-laws. They're getting 3 packs of jerky that come to their door every single month. And it's amazing. We're going to launch the Hall of Fame beef sticks subscription pretty soon. Then we're going to do a burger subscription because everybody's got it in their rotation, right? Everybody wants one day a week. It's just, everybody knows, Thursday night, it's burger night. In the summer, especially coming up, you got to have that Hall of Fame Wagyu burger on the grill at least once a week. I know Tauscher is a big fan. Or you can go to Buck and Honey's. Like Tausch said, we had Buck and Honey's up at the Tellurian golf outing yesterday. The sliders were unbelievable. Leroy Butler almost hurt me trying to get another slider before he jumped back into his golf cart. And those guys at Buck and Honey's do an amazing job. And actually, Tom said it's their best-selling burger of all time. It's
wow.
Burger. Wow. The chefs out there do an amazing job.
Let's go, Sammy and their team. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So incredible burger recipe. I didn't have anything to do with putting together this recipe. They got caramelized onions, garlic aioli, mayonnaise. There's melted Swiss cheese on there, little tomato, lettuce, pickle.
Oh, I'm glad Joe's on at 10 and not at 11:30 because we'd be calling this thing a wrap.
Before you go, listening to you talk about all the things you've got going on, and you're going and visiting farmers and Easter seals, and then you're at this place. Is this why you're not on the committee to pick the new AD?
I'm also not on the committee because I thought they already named Tauscher the new AD. I thought it was a done deal.
We can't. Look, I need this job. He's not allowed to be
Joe.
that guy.
I needed Joe to be my assistant AD, and that just wasn't in the cards. There's too much wheat. There's too much meat to be sold.
Yes, too much meat to put in people's mouths. Still, it's not yet time to take over the athletic department.
That would be the polite way that Joe Thomas avoids a question like that. Joe, we appreciate you so much. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Lots of fun, guys. Thanks for having me on. I'll see you at Christian Yelich's event tonight, right, in Milwaukee. We're serving the Hall of Fame Farms Wagyu there as well.
Do we consider ourselves invited
down there?
Did we just get invited?
Yeah, you guys are invited. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Thomas said I'm invited. All right, I'll see you there.
Go,
Thanks,
all
buddy.
right,
We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
That is Joe Thomas. I didn't realize he was at your event, too.
Well, we didn't run into him, and I know I was golfing with Tommy and some other folks. Burnsy, your guy Burnsy, who had a lot of great things to say about you yesterday. I made sure to bring it back down to earth a little bit, but
well, nice.
Yeah, it was the food is fantastic out there.
Is,
you know,
no doubt about it. It is also fantastic if you are an Associated Bank customer to take advantage of all the great things that come with Brewers checking. You may not be at Christian Yelich's event like Joe Thomas will be. I won't be there. But I know that as an Associated Bank customer, I get all kinds of perks. 20% off at the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. Up to 50% off home game tickets when you're a Brewers checking account customer. Express entry into the Associated Bank entrance at AmFam Field. Pre-sale access to non-baseball events and concerts. And, of course, savings both on the iconic Famous Racing Sausages Run and Walk and the Brewers Baseball Academy. All that and the best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. Go to AssociatedBank.com/Brewers to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Think you've got championship luck in your corner? 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are giving one lucky listener and a guest a chance to play in the ESPN Milwaukee Open. Listen weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. June 15th through the 17th and be the right caller to qualify. 15 listeners will each be paired with a golfer in the U.S. Open Championship, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Carbliss, the Jewelry Center, PCI, Captivate Exhibits, Welky's, Fifth Third Bank, Epic Color, and Jet Out.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
Mark Tosher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Waukesha showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
2026 Brewers Group tickets are on sale now, and planning your next event at American Family Field has never been easier. Whether it's a company outing, family reunion, or night out with friends, bring your group of 15 or more to the ballpark and enjoy up to 25% off single game tickets with no service fees. All Brewers home games are available now. Start planning today, and a Brewers Group ticket rep will handle the rest. But hurry, tickets are moving fast. Plan your 2026 outing at brewers.com/groups.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Thanks again to Joe Thomas, Meet Santa, as he's known here on this program. I wonder what I didn't get to ask this because I didn't want to keep him any longer than we already had, but I wonder what the coach's workout is. Like, Matt LaFleur's got to be careful, man. He tore an Achilles playing basketball with the coaches. You don't want to push it too hard when you get a little bit up there in age. But I did want to get to the bottom of his wearing Packers gear, which was fun to hear from him on that. Are you encouraged at all about your offensive line group based on what he saw? It's not OTAs yet. This is phase 2. So it's some on-field work, but it's not OTAs. That starts next week. But, hey, he likes he likes Jordan Morgan's feet. He likes his footwork. Does that make you feel any better?
I mean, it obviously doesn't make you feel worse. I mean, if he went up there and he came back and said, I don't know, man. Jordan Morgan has to prove it. I think most of us that have watched, we think that there's the skill set and the talent to be a good offensive lineman. Now it's putting it into practice. And, I thought one of the things Joe said there about figuring out what works for you. So you can look and have all of the different techniques and things that you could say and you can coach, but there does come a point where you need to just kind of figure things out. You want to use all the coaching you can get, but you have to find out, how am I going to get the job done? Mm-hmm. That's what it comes down to. All of the other stuff, you can look great, you can have all the right things, and if it doesn't work and you can't figure out how to make it work, nobody cares. You're just going to be someone that is looked at as, he had it, but he never figured it out. And that's what you're always trying to avoid. So I think it's great that Joe sees Jordan Morgan as a really good, talented, good-looking offensive lineman. But until we start actually doing something,
right?
Punching a pad, you could go down there and do that.
Not with as much force as, say, an Earl Dotson, but I could try.
I don't know anybody that's going to have more force than Earl Dotson.
That was, by the way, I got and kudos to you for getting Earl right at the start of the show. And obviously, you guys have a really good relationship.
Great producing.
I got on site. The folks that were on site, they did a great job. But I got like 4 or 5 compliments about his interview from people, texts and whatever, like how honest and open he was. He was great. Obviously, The Gravedigger and Santana and Leroy were awesome too, but he was unexpectedly really good and very, very transparent. It was really good. So thanks for getting him.
Can you ever hear the name Earl without singing the song? Na 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 Earl.
That's not the song. I thought you were about to do hey, 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 goodbye. That's what that sounded like at the start there.
The Chicks.
The Chicks?
Yeah. Earl.
Jesse. No. That never crossed my mind.
Every time I see there's a restaurant or something named that, and when Earl came on yesterday, like I can't see the name Earl without saying Earl. Okay, never mind.
Steinhoffel!
Earl the Pearl. Anytime I hear Earl, you got to go Earl the Pearl. That's the only thing that goes into mind. It's not. Yeah.
Like when you hear the name
and
Benny.
That's a different song.
When you hear the name Benny, everyone says, Benny. Like that.
Benny and the Jets.
See,
no.
Now we're playing the game.
Everybody says Benny and the Jets. Nobody stops with Benny. If you're doing that, it's not Benny. Nobody ever does that.
Not the point. The point is there are names that you have heard in songs. Great
question. What is the point?
When you hear the names, you instantly think of the song, and Earl is one of those names to me.
If I was going to think of
Earl,
song,
that pearl, don't give your love to that song.
There was a TV show called My Name is Earl. I remember that. But no. When I think of Earl...
Sharona?
Yeah, because you run into a lot of Sharonas.
Uh-huh. But if you ever met a Sharona, you start singing My Sharona.
Sharona Melbourne. She does the stuff for the Lakers, right?
That's
she covers
Ramona.
The Lakers for ESPN.
Ramona Shelbourne.
I've heard it both ways.
All right. My bad. Sorry.
If you're overtired and you're not getting a good night's sleep, which based on Jesse's drop in there might be an issue for him, if your mattress isn't cutting it, it is time to hit the Steinhoffel's Memorial Day mattress sale, which is happening right now. This is where you save big on top brands. Plus, you can get 60-month 0% financing to make it even easier. Take up to $1,000 off Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest Split King adjustable base sets, which are a comfort upgrade big time. And Helix mattresses, the award-winning and now exclusive to Steinhoffel's mattresses. You can finally try them for yourself in-store. Don't wait. Shop Memorial Day mattress sale at Steinhoffel's, Wisconsin's mattress leader. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's. Relax. Uncle Homer joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Biz Expo is May 21st at Brookfield Conference Center. Attend strategy seminars on topics including business growth, preparing for cyber risks, AI for marketers, and much more. Stay for the lunch and learn on leadership and the cocktails and conversations panel. No suits, no scripts, no slides, just candid insights from leaders who make high-stakes decisions every day. Research the area's top product and service providers. Learn, network, and connect at Biz Expo on May 21st. Go to biztimes.com/bizexpo.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screaming is about.
Brewers baseball is back, and there's only one way to celebrate, with a Surfside iced tea and vodka, or a Surfside lemonade and vodka. Smooth, refreshing, and made for game day. Surfside is the perfect match for a day at the ballpark or catching the game at home. Surfside is only 100 calories with 0 bubbles, so it goes down easy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience saving clients money. Well, tax time is over. How did 2025 turn out? Did you make the right moves to minimize your taxes? What about 2026? The new tax laws have a few surprises. At the Neal Group, we know what those laws are and how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Since 1984, we have helped thousands of taxpayers pay the least amount of tax legally possible. Just ask Mark, who saved over $13,000 with our suggestions. Call us at 414-325-2040 and ask about tax planning. We will take a look at your last 3 years of returns to see if we can get you more money back like we did for Mark. We also show you how you can save on taxes going forward. You earned it. We help you keep it. Give us a call at 414-325-2040 and ask for a complimentary consultation or visit nealgroup.net. That's NEAL Group.net.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
Joining us now on the Yingling Goat Hotline, the greatest of all time when it comes to Wisconsin Sports Talk Radio. And Yingling, the oldest, which Homer might also be at this point, the oldest brewery in America, and now in Wisconsin. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Steve the Homer. True Homer, good morning. How are you?
I was checking. I think I'm older than Yingling, right?
197. 197.
That's got me. Can't beat that. By the way, I love Tausch's idea.
I love that you love it. Yeah, and it's definitely feasible. This isn't.
Of course,
act like we got to rearrange. It shouldn't be that hard.
No, nobody cares about preseason. The game. Yeah, they should be able to do it now. They should be doing it now. It's meaningless stuff. You can add a little juice, and people would enjoy it. And it should. I don't know that other teams have done it. I think they've made some changes and that kind of stuff, right? I mean, there are fewer conflicts. Yeah. I don't know if they have to play in Green Bay though. Green Bay could go to Pittsburgh.
Well, they are
going to Pittsburgh. That's what we're doing now.
No, it has to be back in Green Bay. There needs to be the celebration because the Packers ain't playing unless they make the Super Bowl. They ain't playing the Steelers. So this is a great way to do it. Here's the deal: make a trade, figure out something. Like the Packers could trade something or figure out some way to maneuver. It shouldn't be that hard.
I think that's I agree. It's not that hard because it's not that what you're adjusting is not that important. It's like making a change on your equipment manager. Come on, not like we're talking about head coach here. This is backup long snapper, punter.
So Homer, are you like legitimately excited about this? I'm trying to figure out exactly where Tausch doesn't think
Rodgers
the Steelers are going to be any good. Where are you at?
Tausch what?
Tausch doesn't think the Steelers about Aaron Rodgers playing one more year and playing with Mike McCarthy.
It's meaningless to me. They're dead. It's Old Testament. I can't tell you how little I care. I mean, I might want to watch a game or something. I don't. They're.
But is it like Jonah? Like, where in the Old Testament? Because there's a lot of intriguing stuff in the Old Testament.
Lot's wife.
Maybe so. That part might be it. But other than like McCarthy, why would I care at all? Why do I care how he coaches the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Because you spent years covering them, and there's maybe not that there's a personal relaeltionship, but you spent years covering them. I didn't say there was,
maybe for Jason, but for me, nothing. He was the coach. He's gone, and I don't want bad things to happen.
You spent 17 years of your life talking about it.
So it's over, done.
And there's
talk about Mick McManus.
You have no feelings about it.
Talk about Brett Favre, zero.
Okay, well, you do sometimes.
So I talked about. Now my audience might care a little bit, so then I have to factor that in. That's the only reason I bring up Rodgers, because I think some people are curious. So that's my job. But me, no. What? I got all.
Isn't it your job to be curious about this stuff?
Not judgmental.
Okay, curious about what's going on with the quarterback situation and other.
The swan song part of it, the history. There's just
what
to say that you're not intrigued at all. Like, I get that it's on the back burner.
Zero. No, zero. I mean,
zero. That's
no more
crazy.
No more than. Well, so
it's the same as Joe Burrow.
Probably
you're
less.
as intrigued with Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy, and the Steelers as you are with the Browns, Todd Monken. Really?
More than the Browns, but I mean, Rodgers is an old man. He's 100 years old. He's not Aaron Rodgers, the player that he once was. He's a guy trying to hang on, which is fine. He has a great career. And Mike McCarthy he didn't even coach for the Packers last. How long ago was he coach of the Packers?
2018.
7-8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to care. I find it amusing that you care that little.
Well, again, what is most exciting? What would, if they were playing, if it had some impact on the Packers? I find Burrow far more exciting than Aaron Rodgers.
You do not find Joe Burrow more exciting than Aaron. You don't give a hoot about the Bengals.
I don't, but in terms of as a player, now we're talking about the player. Who am I more curious to watch? Burrow way over Rodgers.
We're talking about the situation of the guy who coached the team to the Super Bowl 45 title, the guy who led the team, who was the MVP of the game, playing for the team that the Packers beat, Mike McCarthy coaching for his hometown team, and they play each other in the preseason. We're going to see them. It's just the same as how much you care about Myles Garrett.
No, I mean, the preseason isn't the game. Preseason is just fun. It's like they're having a picnic. What are we?
I like
you're going to all of a sudden tell me this is important? No. I mean, I already said for the other people, you can move it to Green Bay and make them feel happy. But does it affect the Packers? If I learn more about the Packers when they play? Yeah, I don't. I mean, I understand, Jason. These people are your friends. I understand, Taucher. These people are your friends. They're not my friends.
It's more about. I just think it's an interesting story to watch.
It's
another
just more
team other than the
intriguing
Packers
than maybe you're leading on.
What's
That's
interesting?
all.
It's a preseason game. It's incapable.
No, the whole season. How do they do? Like, okay, Favre was different because he was trying to shove it up the Packers.
Vikings.
You know what?
Oh, the Vikings. Yes. If they were with the Vikings, it'd be entirely different. Why? Because it affects the Packers. They might as well be playing for the Tennessee Titans. What difference does it make?
Yeah, I mean, if they were reunited with another team, I'd still be roughly the same amount of interest.
I know.
But it's the fact that they're reunited that's interesting to me.
Okay.
Homer, we spent a lot of time on your show, and now Tausch is here for us to discuss with him. The last two nights, Homer and I have gotten pretty far into the weeds, Tausch, about the 18th game that's coming and whether the NFLPA will be able to effectively use that chip, because we know how desperately the billionaire owners want it. I mean, look, the owners, they continue to prove that they don't care about anything other than money, right? They don't even care about their own teams being able to be better.
The players, hold on, I wish you would say the players have proven they don't care about anything but money. Before you mentioned the owners, the most important part of this problem is the players don't care about this. They care more about money. That's the first point, not the owners. Correct?
Okay. Yeah, but I was setting something up, so if I may. The owners now have removed the protections that teams can use to keep games at home instead of being shipped overseas, which, again, that means you're voting against your football people. Because you're telling me that the Detroit Lions, oh, yeah, sure, let's play that game in Munich instead of at Ford Field when the Packers are supposed to come to town. No. But
they're
again,
trying to make it fair so that everybody has to deal with it the same amount.
No, they're trying to make more money, and that way they're not limited in some of the matchups they can have.
But it will be more fair than it is now, correct? When everybody has to do it once each year, correct?
Right, but yes, but that's not the issue. It's the whether you can protect the games that you're having plucked off your schedule to do it. But what Homer and I have gotten into, similarly like this, was about players and lifetime health insurance, and that this is an opportunity, because we know the owners want that 18th game, to actually plant your flag on the hill and say, you want an 18th game, it's going to cost you lifetime health insurance for players. Now, again, let me reiterate, I'm not saying we need to do a telethon or a GoFundMe for players. You guys, you built an 11-year NFL career. You did very well for yourself, but I cannot believe that the NFLPA always caves, and whatever they have a bargaining chip, they waste it. That was my argument. And Homer's argument is essentially you can't get guys to risk the money factor.
They don't want it that badly.
If current players came to you and said, all right, old T, you're on the verge of 50, what should I be negotiating for these owners to get their 18th game? Would you not tell them that one of the things you should fight for is lifetime health insurance because you're going to need it down the road, that you're not thinking about it right now? Or am I crazy?
No, you can. We fought for that and asked for it. They didn't give in, and the thing was nobody will underwrite it. There's a lot of different reasons it would be incredibly expensive. Should the players try to get it? Absolutely. The owners aren't going to do it. So then it comes back to, are you going to sit out and miss checks in the prime earnings of your career? And the answer is no.
Right.
So we've had this debate. It's going to continue on.
They don't want it that badly.
If you want it that badly, you have to sacrifice. The current players have to sacrifice for their future selves, and guys don't do that. We were in position to do it. We didn't, and we can all sit here and cry about it and fight. The owners are in a much better leveraging position, and until 32 guys on that committee say, no, we're not doing it until that gets done, it ain't going to get done, and it ain't going to get done. They have continued to whittle away and get more and more things for former players, but the idea of getting them to underwrite and have every former NFL player covered for life on insurance would be awesome, but it's, in my eyes, pretty unrealistic. But I do think the owners are going to try and get more of the money back, and that needs to be a non-negotiable. But they know they're going to get 18 games. Players will give in some way, shape, or form. I don't know to what degree.
Because they always.
I used to be one of these guys like you, where I would sit and critique and critique and critique, and then you live it and you see it, and you're like, I understand why it goes the way it does. I don't like it, but I also see the cap rising. I see a lot of other benefits coming. There's a lot of good that is also coming. It could be better. I do hope that they look at finding a way to get everybody's pension to line up so that when everybody is 65 years old, they're all making the same amount of money per year and all of those things. And I don't know if that is more feasible to me than telling the NFL owners, if you played 3 years in the NFL, everybody gets full-time life insurance for them and their family for life. I just don't think that's going to be realistic.
Okay, so what if is there a compromise of X number of years beyond what it currently is? Or look, I'm not saying
what we should do is we should not just get 5 years after. So from age 27 to 32,
right.
Okay, you're insured, and then all of a sudden you get to be 33 and you don't have a skill set, you can't go get a job that covers benefits, you're screwed. Unless your wife works or you have someone. That's where I would say you should get 5 to 10 years, whatever it is. You get to pick when you want to enforce that. That would be a much better way to do it. But, again, I don't think the league will go for that either. That could be more
Wait a
viable.
minute, why do you say the league? This is all on the players.
No, it's not.
They choose not.
It's not.
This is the argument we've been having.
Homer, it's not.
Are they? Hold on, just a question.
Homer, Homer, hold up a second. Homer, why don't you go in to hold up a second, Steve? Let me just put it to you in your terms.
That's good.
Because
yeah,
you could
terms,
say,
I love it.
You go to Craig Karmazin and say, I want a 5-year deal, I want it all guaranteed, and I want 4 hours back. I don't want to be doing an hour show. And if you don't, it's on you. No, it's on you. You get that.
Hold on.
No,
get
that.
It's not on me. It's what am I risking?
You don't have a job, and you're fired. You don't have insurance. You don't have anything.
I recognize I don't have enough power, and so I accept that.
The players don't. You just proved my point. The players don't either.
It's on me. I could leave my job and go to another job that gives me better health care. I choose not to. That's on me, not on my boss.
Okay. So it's on the players to not strike and sit out. I agree.
Thank you for that explanation because you proved that I'm 100% right. It is on
but
me.
You're not. Homer, you're telling me it's on the players. You're saying it's on the players. The players can sit and not play and not take a check when they're in their highest earning years of their life?
And they choose
you
not
tell
to do
me,
that, just like I choose not to leave my job and what I make for another place that would give me better health insurance. Exactly.
Homer, let me ask Homer, hold up 1 second. In your heyday, and I don't know what numbers you made. In your heyday, when you had a radio show and you were doing TV and you had the TV show with Favre and all the other stuff, and ownership came to you and said, Steve, here's the deal. You can either fight us now and you're making $500,000 a year. Let's just use that number, which is a big number. You're making $500,000 a year, but you will have to strike and not get paid for the next 2 years. And when you come back, there's going to be somebody younger and cheaper. You won't have a job, but you will get benefits down the road when you're 65. You're telling me you would sacrifice that at age 35? Would you have done that?
But you're saying
point
I
proven.
make the decision.
Next case.
Hold on. You're saying I make the decision. Is that right? I make the decision. That's on me. But when we talk about the NFL, you say, no, it's not on them. It's on the league. How come it's different with me? Yes, that is totally on me. All right, and my choice would be, if I didn't like it, I have somewhere else to go and to see if I can get a job somewhere else.
NFL players
But
don't.
I do. Okay,
We don't.
That factors in. That's right. So that determines their decision.
So the league dictates what threshold they will give into the players.
No. Okay,
no, that's the
so
reality. You can deal in fantasy land.
Can I finish, please?
Okay.
Do you know the history of the league where they have had 2 lockouts? Clearly there have been situations where players strikes did things, and if you check the history of those strikes, I believe the players benefited in some ways from them.
No, they didn't actually. The only way we benefited is by winning in court. That's how we benefited. We never benefited from strikes. We didn't win anything extra. We got free agency, which was the big thing, through courts, and all of this other stuff has been we've gotten things advanced, but it's because the league has grown so much. The numbers have dropped, actually, as far as percentage of revenue that we split. just a bigger pie. So I get what you're saying, Homer. I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing that we couldn't fight harder.
Thank you for agreeing with me that it's on the players. Just like you said,
I never
it was
agreed
on
to
you.
that.
Thank you.
I didn't agree.
You just
No, I
said
didn't.
that I'm accepting this, and that my situation was entirely different from the players, when in fact it's exactly the same. They have to decide what they're going to do, and they factor all these things in. Just like I, in the great example you gave, had to factor all those things in. There are other leagues.
I disagree with you agreeing with me.
There's a league going on right now. There's a league going on right now you can play in. Yes.
Yeah. I disagree with you saying I agreed with you, just so you know.
I can't. What is your reason for disagreeing? What is your explanation?
It's just fun.
Just on principle.
It's more fun for me. Yeah, it's on principle.
Okay.
Here's what I would say, and put a bow on this, because I know, Homer, you got to go. The league should not move divisional games. Every other game should be fair game.
I'm with you on that.
Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
You can't move Vikings, Packers. You can't. It's just crazy. It's dumb on multiple fronts. You're not going to draw a bigger crowd in Munich if the Lions are playing the Packers or if the Packers are playing the Chargers. Like, I just don't. I fundamentally think that's crazy town.
Now you're coming around. Can I ask one last question?
Of course.
Sure.
Given your experience, what is your advice to the players to get them to get the best that's possible in these contract negotiations?
The only way is you have to be willing to inflict some discomfort on these not playing games. I think the only way you ever win is by withholding all of your services, but you lose short term, and that's just not viable. I've seen it. Too many guys are making too much money, and you're not going to ever figure that piece of this out. The league can go on longer without their players than the players can go on without the league.
Or try to go to court and see if there's something there based on what.
When you're collectively bargaining, that's the deal. We had opportunities in 2010, and it didn't work. We had too many players that decided that wasn't going to be the case, and I understand it. There has to be you have to be willing to sacrifice a lot more than current players are willing to sacrifice, and the money is just too great. That's kind of the trick. Now, with colleges paying guys more, maybe this thing could change, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Okay, bye, Homer.
Yeah, players deciding to stay in college instead of playing in the NFL. Oh, baby, what a country. Got to go. Bye.
That is Steve the Homer. True. That was a spirit. That was what I was hoping for. I still can't figure out if you guys agree or disagree, but we'll figure that out later. What we do agree on is how much we both love our Iron Jock gear, and that it's time for you to give some away.
It is indeed, and as a former athlete, I've worn just about every workout gear there is. Nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you work. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Their silver ion technology is woven into every thread, hunting down and killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com. Jesse, this is going to be a pick-your-adventure. Either of the Packer Hall of Famers that are going to be inducted in August or July, I think, if you know Tramon Williams' number, that will be the number. Otherwise, it's going to be caller 72.
Caller 38.
You got it.
One of Becca's all-time
Caller
favorite
38.
Green Bay Packers players, Tramon Williams. That was an easy one for me.
He's one of the best. Iron Jock socks. You can win some socks. Caller 38 to win Iron Jock socks at 844-770-3776.
We'll give away those socks and roll on. 844-770-3776. Caller 38, not to be confused with Jesse's guy, Josh Jackson. Caller 38 wins. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Steinhoffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhoffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhoffel's.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Elbow Room Cedarburg starting at 5 p.m. on Saturday, May 23rd. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's Milwaukee, Social House, and Moran South Milwaukee. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like assorted Igloo coolers 20% off. Buy 3 Goodyear or Cooper tires, get one free. Save even more with consumer rebates. Plus, Friday through Sunday, all veterans and active military get an extra 10% off their entire purchase. In honor of Memorial Day, Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores will be closed on May 25th.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for Robert Hack Diamonds. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 2 in Brookfield, 1 in Greenfield, where I went, to buy my fiance's dream engagement ring. You don't become Wisconsin's most trusted and respected name in diamonds on accident. Robert Hack Diamonds has been in Wisconsin for almost 80 years, serving the Milwaukee area and all of the state with top-notch customer service and all the help you need along the way. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew I got the girl right, but I wanted to get the diamond right too, and Robert Hack Diamonds made sure that happened. If you're looking to take that next step just like I did, there's only one place to go. That's Robert Hack Diamonds, 3 locations in the Milwaukee area. Tell them I sent you, and whether you like me have no idea what you're doing or have a really good idea of what you're doing, go to the best in Wisconsin. You want that day to be special, and you want that ring to be special. They created my fiance's dream engagement ring, and they can create yours too. Visit them online, roberthackdiamonds.com, or in Greenfield or Brookfield. And just like me, you'll leave that store saying, heck yeah, because of Robert Hack Diamonds.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Jesse, did you give away those Tremont Williams Iron Jock socks successfully?
Well, wait a minute. They're not Tremont Williams Iron Jock socks.
They're number 38.
I actually got Becca what I thought was a yes, we did give them away. CJ and Wauwatosa. Congratulations, big win. I got
Siege.
Becca what so I've not been
CJ. Did you get CJ's last name?
I did.
Is it a body part?
It is.
So, quick story.
Uh-huh.
CJ Nee.
Forget my story. I guess that's fine.
Yeah, sorry. You'll have to tell it later. Save it for Wonelli. CJ Nee, who worked with us, teammate, long time ago, went to my high school, known him forever. I am going into a local store in Beaver Dam on my way home from Rockford, and he's there working, not at the store, but in a delivery capacity. Total random. Like, I stopped there just because I had to pee, because I couldn't drive the way Tausch requires us to drive on road trips. And there's someone that I haven't seen in years. And now he just won socks. That's a small
needle
world,
in a
isn't it?
haystack.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
That's why you're the best. All right, Jesse, tell your story before the 11 o'clock hour
time
starts.
has passed.
No,
I
you've
think
got.
it kinda
Come on.
ruined. Yeah, I get Jesse's point of view here.
He bought what he thought was a great gift for his wife.
I said I would drive, and you said, no, I'll drive, and you kept driving down the road, and I'm just sitting in the shotgun seat just waiting for my turn.
What would be the worst
Oh, now I
name
gave you
to
your
be
turn
the
and you
last
passed
name
it.
for a body
we're
part?
almost there already.
What do you think the worst name for a body part, like a last name body part, would be?
Mulva. Dolores?
I'm
making Seinfeld references.
I believe when I've recorded...
Jake Butt.
I get it.
So as the voice of Bowlstream TV with Emil Williams Jr. for the high school bowling state championships, I record the opening announcements for all the bowlers and say them by name for the 3 sessions each year. And I believe I've been tripped up a couple of times by the last name Balszak.
How do you pronounce that?
How do you say it?
Balszak. And I don't care.
Well,
and I
you
don't-
would have been a big hit at the Caliendo deal last night.
That's what I hear.
That Balzac would have been. Johnny Balzac.
My apologies to that family if they are listening to the show right now, and I hope you're doing well wherever you may be.
So Balzac's a good bowler, huh? He knocks down a lot of he uses the balls to knock down a lot of pins.
Yeah.
You feel like you need to escape? I do. I feel like I need to escape this conversation right now. I don't need to jump on a plane or a cruise ship to do it either. I can just go to Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big like Balzac's great bowling performance. Plus, if you're hungry, there's all kinds of great places to go, including the Dream Dance Steakhouse, the Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company. All kinds of food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Elite Play, a luxury stay, bet on flavor at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The
the chips that you like are not on sale this week, so we're gonna have to skip those. Sorry, bud.
Aww. Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint. I'm Phil. At Woodmans, you don't need a flyer to find hot deals.
With our everyday low prices and huge selection, you can find anything you're looking for.
And still save big time on your whole grocery bill.
So I can get the groceries I want and save money? Looks like your chips are back on the list.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
It's Woodmans.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming.
I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins out. You know, I gotta say, old boy, you're a funny guy now. Clowns are funny now. Okay. But how do we do this topic without violating FCC rules?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Jesse, we've gotten a few responses, haven't we?
Oh, put me in the spot to do it. Yeah, that's rich. Okay, so... I had a friend in college with the last name Cook.
That's how he pronounced it.
Well, she.
She pronounced it.
Yes. So that one can be a
Greg
little...
Cook, Packers offensive lineman.
That one can be a little tough for people.
K-O-C-H.
Yeah, you see.
But other people pronounce it differently.
Yep. That can be pronounced a little differently. Michael Penix getting some mentions in the YouTube comments from what I'm seeing here. That's one letter off from being something different. Cologne, C-O-L-O-N. That's not that bad, though. Like,
Jeff Colon.
Bartolo Cologne. Like, that's...
Drakkar Noir.
That's all I'm seeing so far that I'm comfortable sharing here on the old program. Please don't keep them coming at the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line.
Well, we will keep the show going. Jesse, we touched on it when we were having our debate about the players and the negotiations with the 18th game. And I was bothered by the fact that now they're not going to allow teams to protect games. Like, I don't blame the Saints for not wanting to have that Packers game in Paris. Like, and if I'm the Packers, I definitely don't want a Bears, Lions, or Vikings game being moved. So, Tausch, why would they remove this protection other than the fact that the owners themselves don't even care about what their football people want?
Well, I think they care, but I think the league is saying if you want this to grow and you want to get more money in your pockets, we need to eliminate all of the limitations that we've had on what games go where. Similar to nobody wants to do Hard Knocks, nobody really wanted to do that, but if you want to start getting these big money deals from streaming services, you have to be willing to give your best stuff to them in order to entice them to do more. So I think that I can understand why they want to take away some of the factors that can eliminate some options that they have, but there should be no, just from a proximity standpoint, and from a fan base standpoint and from a competitive balance, I don't want the Detroit Lions, as much as I'd like to see Green Bay beat them, they should not have a disadvantage of not having a home game against the Packers. They have to go play at Lambeau, and then they have to go play against them in Munich. Like, that's a huge disadvantage to them.
Right.
As much as it would be if Green Bay has to go to U.S. Bank Stadium, but then their home game at Lambeau, they're playing in Mexico City.
Right.
That ain't fair to Green Bay. So the divisions are so important, and you focus on it. Take those games off the table. The Rams shouldn't be playing San Francisco in a big-time game in Australia. The Rams should play the Titans or a AFC team there. There's too much at stake for them to not at least do that. Now, if you want to do a Cowboys-Packers game and you want to go big and do it in London or do it, I'll disagree with it, but at least I could say, all right, but a Cowboys-Eagles game in Rio de Janeiro? No. Like, that shouldn't be in play. It should be you play a team at home and you play them again, that other team better get the same opportunity. And if that isn't the case, I think the league is missing out on – I think the league is making a big mistake.
So what about if we just said – because as we've talked about and as Mark Murphy let the cat out of the bag after the final shareholders meeting as team president, that they're going to go to their goal, and they've upped it to 10 for next year, but their goal is to get to 16. If that's going to be the case, and we are going to have 16 games, so every single team will play an international game, what would be wrong with having them all be inter-conference games? So an AFC, NFC matchup in every single one. Because the Packers play the Jets, the Patriots, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Texans. They have 5 of their 17 games right now are AFC teams. What would be wrong with saying all of our international games will be an AFC team against an NFC team in the interest of fairness?
It would be fine by me. And I think that's where you can't protect – NBC can't protect the Bills-Packers. Tough luck.
Right.
And if you do, you're going to have to go over and do it in Colombia or wherever they're going to move these games to.
I was surprised by that, and yet I wasn't, because that's what the owners do. I have to admit, I'm a little distracted.
You're distracted by the names that are coming in. You knew what you were doing.
We got to vote for Dick Trickle, famous race car driver. Dick Butkus. Now, I wouldn't mess with Dick Butkus, frankly.
I'm talking last names. Your buddy's name was C.J. Nee, right?
Correct.
So you have Jake Butt.
I was going to say Jeff Levering's broadcast
Butt was the
partner.
first one I thought of.
Jake Butt. Yep.
Yes. Mo Cheeks. How do you feel about Mo Cheeks?
Depends how you look.
Mo Cheeks.
I wouldn't look twice at that one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna leave those alone, because there's a few others that are definitely pushing the envelope, and Inky, who went to Green Bay Preble, had a teacher whose name will not be mentioned on the program. His first name was Michael, but he went by Mike.
Okay.
And then he had a last name that I will not be saying after I said Mike.
I think if we want to make it to our 10-year anniversary later this year, that we should probably find something else
we're
to
gonna
talk
play trivia.
That's a good idea.
Body part last names trivia.
No.
Could you come up with one? Could we do that? We got Jake Butt already.
I think all the good
Taylor
ones...
Taylor Heine.
That's not even his name.
Heineke. But close.
Sven Keister.
One of my favorite players, Sven Keister. Who did he play for? Manchester City?
I'll tell you, Jan Stenerud was at the event yesterday. I hadn't seen Jan Stenerud. Great skier. Jan Stenerud.
Famous for being a great
Jan
skier.
Stenerud is an athlete now.
He's got to be in his 80s?
He's older. He's an older gentleman.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but my dad was an usher at Miller Park back in the day, and he always got a kick out of when Bob Uecker would welcome in bullpen pitcher Joe Winklesass for one season. He thought that one was pretty good, and he thought Uecker liked that one too.
I thought we were moving on from this, Jesse. You just couldn't help yourself.
Well, because that's relevant because today's trivia category in honor of Aaron Rodgers going for one last ride with Mike McCarthy this year is Party Like It's 2006. Questions
fun
about the year 2006, which may or may not have been around the time that Joe Winklesass was a reliever for the Milwaukee Brewers, so it's relevant.
All right, caller number 10. Caller 10, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 10 plays Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. The Brew Crew are back on June 2nd.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Francisco Giants.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
Brewers baseball is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in June 2nd at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at WalneyLegal.com.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is on now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $75 instant cash back for every $7.99 you spend. Plus, get a $200 MasterCard rewards card when you spend $29.99 or more. Buy a premium mattress and get free Premier delivery on everything. And get amazing doorbusters throughout the store. Don't forget to take advantage of Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing. Now through Memorial Day, only at Steinhaffel's.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like 25% off Onyx Life Vests and get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Hill's Science Diet dog food and treats. Plus, Friday through Sunday, all veterans and active military get an extra 10% off their entire purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Reviewing all of those body part names, Jason Wilde has been suspended for one segment of Wilde and Tausch. Thanks to Jason for taking the brunt of that, so it's Jesse and Tausch holding it down for the time being. Just kidding. Jason's got an event he's getting ready to head out for, so he had to step away for this segment. He will be back for the final two segments of the show, so don't worry, don't go too far. In the meantime, Tausch and I are hanging out, and we are ready to play Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Iron Jock, Vortex Golf, and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on. By Iron Jock, no stink, just performance, and proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Party like it's 2006 in honor of Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy, running it back for one last ride with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, just like it all started with the Green Bay Packers for those two together back in 2006. Today's contestant is Justin in Milwaukee. Justin, welcome into Wilde and Tausch with Jesse and Tausch. How are you?
Doing okay. How are you guys?
Justin, how intrigued are you about this? And not the trivia questions. I know you're intrigued by that. But just the Rodgers, McCarthy, kind of this last ride that Jesse just said. Are you intrigued, or is it to you?
Who cares? Doesn't.
All right.
Irrelevant. A washed-up quarterback and the old coach. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Dang. That's
Justin, harsh today.
So if
Very
you're
harsh, but...
Justin, you're telling me if the Steelers are playing the Bengals in the noon window on CBS, Packers play at 3:25, so there's no Packers game on. Steelers-Bengals is on CBS, and Vikings-Giants is on Fox in that particular window. Are you watching the Steelers game, or are you watching the Vikings game?
I'll watch the Vikings lose to the Giants.
Interesting. Okay.
I would feel differently. All right. Anyway, Party Like It's 2006 is today's trivia category. Questions that may or may not be directly related to the Green Bay Packers in 2006, and maybe more so about the year 2006. I have question number one for you, Justin. Here it is. Mike McCarthy was hired as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers in January of 2006. Coming to Titletown from San Francisco, where he coached in which of these roles with the 49ers during the 2005 season? Was Mike McCarthy the 49ers offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, or clock management coordinator?
He was the offensive coordinator.
That is correct.
It's kind of a shot at Mike. I don't know.
Very, very, very frustrating.
That's what we do around here.
Justin, featured as the elimination song on American Idol, as well as infamous parodies performed on Saturday Night Live and by Alvin and the Chipmunks. Which of these songs topped Billboard's Hot 100 singles of 2006? Oh, God. Is it You're Beautiful by James Blunt, Bad Day by Daniel Poucher, or Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield?
Nice job, Jesse. I'll just go with the last one.
It's tougher than I meant for it to be.
hard.
Yeah.
It was Bad Day. By who?
Daniel Powder, one-hit wonder. So you had a bad day, taking one. You watch American Idol back in the day? They always played that in like the montage at the end when someone got eliminated.
Nope, it's a waste of time to watch
No.
American Idol.
Yeah, I'm with Justin.
As a fan of the Disney Corporation, I think American Idol on ABC is a wonderful program that you should consume on Sundays and Mondays when it's on.
But it was on Fox during 06.
During that window of time, yeah. Might have been the wheelhouse of
Bad
American
question.
Idol. All right, sorry. We will see if we can bounce back, Justin. Maybe your movie knowledge is better with question number 3, which is this. Which of these movies was the highest grossing worldwide film in 2006? Had the last question not been so hard, this one was intended to be the hard one. Good luck. Highest grossing movie worldwide in 2006. Was it Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Mission Impossible 3, or The Da Vinci Code?
I'm going to say it's the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, the sequel to the 2003 hit, was the biggest, highest grossing movie worldwide in 2006. Good bounce back. Nicely done.
In spite of you, I did it.
Justin.
Thanks, old T.
In spite of me, I did it. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks, Justin. You get 2 of the possible 3 questions correct, which means you get 3 of the possible 4 entries into the drawing for the great prize pack from Iron Jock, Cousins Subs, and Vortex Golf, which we will do at the end of this week. Thanks for playing, Justin. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, have a great day, guys.
Justin in Milwaukee, today's Wildy and Tausch trivia contestant.
I'm always fascinated because, listen, man, I know we have spent, and I have plenty of people that have said, you guys talked about Rodgers so much throughout his tenure, and no disagreement. But I would say after the trade to the Jets and then probably, once that season got going, it's been limited. But I get a kick out of it. I know Justin just said his interest level. I think a big part of it is because Aaron's older, and I don't think anyone is viewing him or the Steelers as a threat to the Packers' chase of a championship. And enough time has passed. But I do wonder when it gets to be the end, where and how, if we would have played Pittsburgh this year at Lambeau. I just feel like we're at that point now where I think everybody can kind of just take a beat and look and say, appreciate what he did. All of the negativity and some of the other stuff that we've seen the last 2 or 3 seasons, I think, especially now, is kind of washed away. But the amount of indifference that I think a lot of the fan base still has is very interesting to me. Because he's given us a lot of great moments, and it just goes to remind you how fast this league moves. Not that this is in the Eddie Lacy category of that, but boy, he went from being talked about all the time to now kind of just being, oh, shucks, that's nice. That's a nice little story. I hope that he is able to finish his career off the way he wants, and he can go about his life the way he wants to live it after that. It's just, the whole thing is kind of fascinating to me.
I didn't believe Homer when he said it earlier. I didn't believe Justin a few minutes ago when he said it, as much as I like Justin. Don't know him, but he seemed like a fine guy. If the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing a football game in a window that the Packers are not playing, it's naturally going to be more intriguing to watch because of Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers being the two there. We can't ignore that they're 2 of the best at what their respective roles were in Packers history. How often has it happened in any sport where 2 of the best, a coach and a best player, go to another team and reunite there and try to run it back? It doesn't happen anywhere.
Yeah, here's the deal. I just think unless you're a threat, it's just not that interesting. So I'll be interested, but I'll be dead honest with you. September and October, I'm not going to be that intrigued by it. I'll be intrigued at the end to watch the emotional part of it, the last time they play, if they don't make the playoffs, whatnot. That will be interesting, and I'll tune in to watch that. But outside of that, when it's October and November and the Steelers are middling, I'm not going to be that intrigued either.
We'll see how this plays out as we get into the season. I'm excited to see Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy reunited on the football field. And I'm excited.
I'll be interested what Jeff Probst has to say about it.
Well, we're going to talk about that next. Don't you worry when Jason returns, coming up next on Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Porch season is calling, and Carbless has the answer. Introducing the new limited release Lemon Iced Tea Vodka 4-pack. It's the bright, refreshing taste of lemon iced tea with smooth vodka, no carbonation, and that bold Carbless flavor you know and love. A little nostalgic, a little unexpected, and absolutely made for summer. From backyard barbecues to weekends at the lake, this is the can you'll want in hand. Get the new Carbless Lemon Iced Tea Vodka 4-pack before it's gone. Go to drinkcarbless.com to find Carbless brand new flavor near you and grab it while you can.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and build spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations. People lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Roll out the winning this May at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Have a barrel of fun with your share of $300,000. Just play with your rewards card for entries, and Thursday night you could hit a home run. Plus, your May drawing entries all count towards the Big League Series prize drawing in June. It's Tic Tac Home Run, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. The program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
believe I'm going to say this, but the part of the program I've actually been waiting for and looking forward to. Time now. No, it's true. I want to learn about Jeff Probst. It's time for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I got to stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Wonelli
on Wildy and Tausch.
All right, so first of all, I guess we should say spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
Which is what Jeff Probst did not do last night during the Survivor finale, which is, so Tausch and I have watched Survivor over the years. For me, I haven't watched since the COVID pandemic when everything was shut down and they were doing like the Tournament of Champions. It was all people who had won the show.
I still don't understand. Yeah, I never understood why Survivor. Like, it would have been the perfect COVID game, and they shut down production during COVID.
Yeah, because
like, that would have been the perfect COVID. You quarantine a bunch of people, and you go do your business. Like, it should have been a no-brainer. Yeah, I'm with Jesse. I used to love Survivor when my kids watched it. Then they got done with. We taped the season, never watched it once, deleted it, and I've been done since.
I watched it when Richard Hatch was.
That was season 1.
Yeah,
that was season 1.
I watched it. Right
so
there.
You actually may have known a character or two in the season 50 that just wrapped up last night. So they did season 50. They brought back like some of the greatest players of all time. And it was like essentially a Tournament of Champions.
Boston Rob?
An all-star season.
Rob win?
I didn't watch it, so I can't tell you who was or was not. I saw Suri was on it. You remember Suri? She was a popular character.
I think you're saying it's Suri, the little. It's an AI character, right?
What about our guy Hatch, who gives us topics like Tom Hanks and was on Survivor?
Do you remember Colby from season 2? He was on this one. I did see him promoted in some of the.
Did he win?
He did not
win. Did he
win.
end up winning?
I do know who won. I will not tell you who won in case you have recorded it or you're watching it on Paramount Plus today or whatever. We're all building up to what is being talked about as one of the big gaffes in live TV history last night by one of the GOATs. Yeah. So Jeff Probst has hosted every season of Survivor. 50 seasons going on 51. He's the host of it next season.
People are saying he's washed. People are saying he's washed. It's time to call it.
It might be time to start having a conversation about when to have a conversation about replacing Jeff Probst as the host of Survivor. Here's why. The way Survivor has done their finales forever is they have a recorded, like everything's recorded up to the final tribal council. And then they bring the votes to New York or LA, wherever they do this, and they unveil the vote live for the winner to receive $1 million in front of a studio audience. Then they do like a reunion special where they're talking about the season and what happened and telling stories. And that's how they've always done their finale. So they intermittently sprinkle in Jeff Probst live in the theater, teasing what's still to come during the finale, where they're airing recorded portions.
It's a dangerous game they play.
Months ago. And it's amazing that up to this point, nothing had ever been accidentally spoiled. Last night, one of the tribal councils, that it was early in the show, it had been a tie, so they had to do a tiebreaker where the tiebreaker, if it's a tied vote and then another tied vote, they do a fire building challenge. And then whoever is able to build a flame, and it like cuts a string, and then whoever does that first, the other person is eliminated. So this has happened a few times over Survivor history. It's a big deal when it happens. So that tiebreaker was about to take place. They went to commercial break, and then Jeff Probst came back and teased what was coming up by saying who lost the challenge before they saw it. He brought out the contestant who lost, and the contestant knew it hadn't aired yet, so he's trying to like play it off like, win or lose, we'll see what. And then Jeff's like, but you lost, so have a seat over here. You're the final member of our jury. And the whole studio audience goes, whoa, what? And then he tried to play it up later, like, it was a big twist at the end. But this was a major blunder for fans of Survivor watching the live finale, that he spoiled what was about to come up in the episode.
Should we start treating everyone like athletes in their jobs?
great.
You make a big blunder, big mistakes, you get fired. Is that how we should do it? Probst had a hell of a run. You know who else has had hell of a runs? Quarterbacks and NBA guys. And their time comes and goes. Do we start doing that? Because that's a big boy mistake on the biggest stage.
And this is their biggest season in years. It's a live finale where fans from around the country, it's one of the few things people are consuming live together.
And then I also want, because Probst has done this, he needs to have a press conference, and journalists need to get to ask him how he screwed up. I want TV hosts. Now, I don't think everybody should be subject to that. But when you're a high-profile entertainer, performer, you need to be treated like an athlete. I want all of the Survivor media to demand a presser and have a press conference with Probst today.
Are there Survivor beat writers?
Oh, there are Survivor blogs everywhere. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, this was blowing up on social media, and then some people took video of, they're in attendance at the live finale, and he's talking to the audience saying, what happened? Did they not?
He didn't realize what he had done?
Yeah, he was distracted. He's talking to people off stage and whatnot, and then he comes out, and so he didn't know that the fire building hadn't aired yet. So he turns around to the studio, he goes, what happened?
So is it possible, again, I'm not here to make excuses for Jeff Probst, is it possible that things were not clear to him in the rundown? Because, look, Jesse, we give you a hard time, but you keep us on the track, and if we ever have a moment where we don't know what we want... Yeah, he does. He does a good job.
Okay.
And
he does do a good job. Jesse, don't be pouting.
When he screws
something
up...
to say he keeps us on track doesn't seem
not
authentic.
On time. I didn't say on time. I didn't say on time.
By the way, we should break soon.
I'm just saying, is it possible that behind this, you see TV folks make mistakes, and what you don't realize is that someone hung them out to dry. We think this is on him.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I won't watch it. But I'll say this. He's done 50 seasons of this.
Not 50 years, though, because they do 2 a year.
Yeah, but it's 25 years.
A lot of,
25 years.
Debuted in 2000,
I think that I think there's a time where it's time to pass the torch.
Jesse compared him to Al Michaels.
He, like Aaron Rodgers, should say, this will be my last 52, because they already filmed 51. 52 will be my last season. Then he's
Call it a day. Yep.
He's got one for every deck, or every card in the deck, every day of the, or
and then
week
Anderson
of the year,
Cooper should take over.
Well, he's got time now.
Anderson Cooper doesn't have enough jobs. We should give Anderson Cooper that job.
Ryan Seacrest hosting Survivor.
He did.
What if
60
Pat
minutes.
Sajak came in as an interim? Sajak should be the interim to kind of bridge, and then let someone else kind of fill in.
Isn't he? Maybe he's a little bit too old. At this point
I don't think so. Maybe Al Michaels.
Sajak never lost his fastball now. Sajak, I still don't know why he retired. He never lost his fastball.
It's on CBS. Why do we have Jim Nantz? He's not doing college basketball anymore. Nantz could go host Survivor. Do it in his custom apparel clothing while everybody else is in swimsuits and torn up, tattered shirts that they've been wearing for 20 days.
Jesse, if they called you today and they asked you to do the job, would you take it?
Oh, yeah, I'd host Survivor. Yeah.
You had to live on a deserted island without Becca?
Probst isn't living on a deserted island. Probst is living in the luxury little apartment village.
Probst got it set up.
Yeah. He's having a buffet dinner every night. He's working 60 days of the year. Yeah, he's got it great.
Say Jackian. All right, we Jesse keeping us on task. We need to wrap things up with the clip of the day, which is a clip from 2021. We wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. The Brew Crew are back on June 2nd.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Francisco Giants.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
Brewers baseball is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in June 2nd at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Toscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Hey seafood lovers, Sendik's Lobster Fest is back. One day only, Saturday, May 23rd. Cooked or live lobsters are just 2 for $25. North Atlantic cold water lobsters, a pound each, 2 for $25. Don't miss out. Reserve yours now at Sendik's.com. Plus, enjoy shrimp or lobster boil meals and Sendik's homemade shrimp and lobster roll on May 23rd and 24th. Learn more at Sendik's.com. All during Sendik's 17th Annual Lobster Fest. Sendik's Food Markets, your trusted local grocer.
Enjoy Ozaukee County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs, serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Elbow Room Cedarburg starting at 5 p.m. on Saturday, May 23rd. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's Milwaukee, Social House, and Moran South Milwaukee. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Things up, stay on task. As we played earlier in the program, just to revisit, and I don't want to say that I delivered a mea culpa, but maybe I inaccurately depicted this when I was talking about it on our various shows yesterday. Here is a very long-winded question, but a very good answer, and again, I missed these answers, from Aaron Rodgers in 2021 about the possibility of it being his final season in Green Bay and a farewell tour.
Okay, so last year it was pretty clear that you and Tim and all the guys were having a really good time. And then we asked you a few times during the course of the season via Zoom whether you were savoring the year more, and maybe things you would have taken for granted previously you weren't, and that was very evident watching you. I saw what you said to Peter. Can you do that again? Is that a template for how you can approach this season? Because that is how you looked to those of us that were around you a lot last year. And in what ways can that help you get through the season?
Well, I mean, there's a lot in there to talk about. I don't look at it as getting through the season, though. I think that's the most important thing. I'm going to enjoy it like I enjoyed last year. The reason I said that and the reason I approached it like that was I just knew when the pick was made that the clock had started for sure. And I thought, unless there was something in the season that really made me feel like I'm going to be here past 2021, that maybe this would be my last year, because I didn't want to be going into a year with some sort of, as a lame duck, like I said. I just didn't think that was fair to what I've accomplished and what I mean to this team. And nothing really changed in that regard. So I went in the offseason thinking, man, that could have been it. I'm glad that I enjoyed every moment. I'm glad I led exactly the way I wanted to lead, and looked for those conversations with certain guys that needed a pick-me-up at different times, and took the headphones off and enjoyed, the surroundings and the road trips and the time with the guys. So yeah, it's a good template for sure. I don't want a farewell tour. I don't know what's going to happen after the season, but I'm going to enjoy it with the right perspective for sure, and not look at it as I'm getting through this. I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of, all of it. That's why I think I have a slightly different perspective about these, practices with other teams. I had tongue-in-cheek with Tom. That's 4 Tom now, 5 actually, about going scorched earth. There is a lot of stuff to be gained from these type of practices. And I think it, for me personally, the perspective through some of the work I've done in the off season and just trying to just be more joyful and happier is going to allow this season to be really special and memorable, I think.
That was Aaron Rodgers in training camp after the first joint practice with the
memorable.
New York Jets. It was definitely memorable.
Definitely a memorable season.
It was most important number one seed ever.
Crazy, that was 5 years ago.
That's it for us today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
If this is going to be the last dance for Aaron Rodgers with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the NFL as a whole, I just don't see a point in the Pittsburgh Steelers going out there and allowing Rodgers to take up all the airspace when it comes to snaps in meaningful games, as opposed to allowing one of those young guys the opportunity to grow and learn and to see whether or not they can be a part of your long-term solution